Let's talk about Facebook Lives. Are you doing Facebook Lives? Do you need to be doing Facebook Lives? If you're doing Facebook Lives, are you lacking views, engagement, and interaction on them? So that's what we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to share with you 10 ninja tips for you to rock your Facebook Live. So how does that sound? This is what we're going to talk about today on today's edition of your Daily Dose of Awesome, your 15 minutes of education, inspiration, and motivation for the day. If we've not met before, my name is Helen Martin. I'm a mentor here in the Elite Marketing Pro community for the Elevation students, and I am live with you today from my home in Australia. So it's always a privilege to be here with you for an edition of the Daily Dose of Awesome. So as you are coming in, please say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from. Hello, Ron. How are you? Hey, Sherry. How are you? Hello, Chuck. Nice to see you all coming in live. Hey, Bart. How are you? So if you're a catch, hey, Paul. How are you? So say hello as you're coming in. And if you are on the replay later, just put the word replay down below, because I love going back after the live and saying hello to everybody that's jumped on. So how do you feel about Facebook Lives? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Are you doing them? Are you doing them regularly? Are you trying to avoid them at all costs? Hey, Carol, how are you? Hey, Annabelle. Lovely to see you all coming in. So, hey, Billy. So let's talk about that. Like, I'm curious to know, though, if you're doing them, how many are you doing? Like, if you're not doing them yet, if you're still reserved about them, you're still scared about them, just put a big fat 0 down below. But if you are doing them, let me know how many you're doing. Are you doing 1 a week, 2 a week, 3 a week, 5 a week? So from 0 to above, let me know what you're doing, so I can just get a gauge of who's doing them and who's not doing them. So I could talk to you about Facebook Lives, all day long. Well, maybe not all day long, but there's lots of tips I can give you for Facebook Lives. But today I want to share with you 10 sort of ninja tips that's just going to help you elevate your Facebook Lives, if you're doing them, to maybe get more views and interaction and engagement, because there's a lot of little things that you can be doing to actually, speed up that process and get some more engagement and interaction. I guess just to address firstly, should you be doing them? Well, there's no question that you should be doing them. I'm sorry for those of you sitting there that are still trying to avoid Facebook Live. If you want to build your business on social media and get some momentum and traction and customers and people to join you in your business on social media, then you really need to be doing Facebook Lives. There's lots of reasons for that, but one of the major reasons for that is there is no better way for people to authentically and genuinely get to know who you are as a person, get to know the value that you can bring to them, help them, just help, grow that know, like, and trust factor. We can't grow a know, like, and trust factor through written posts or inspirational quotes, those kind of things. So if your news feed is full of inspirational quote on inspirational quote and you're lacking a few Facebook Lives there, then you might want to look at that, because it's the fastest way. It depends on your speed of your business. But if you want to get momentum and speed up the results in your business, then Facebook Lives is one of the fastest ways that you can do that. So, yep, I'm sorry to say they are something that you need to be doing in your business if you want to grow your business online and truly make connections and build relationships with people that know, like, and trust you, so therefore they're going to buy off you. So let's start with some ninja tips. So these are in no particular order, but these are things, they're little things, but they can make a difference as to whether people watch you or don't watch you, whether they stay watching you, whether they're interested in what you've got to talk about. So in no particular order, I'm just sort of going randomly through 10 different things here. So the first thing is, and this might seem a little bit obvious, but you need to be doing them, guys. So ninja tip number 1, if you're going to rock Facebook Lives, you need to be doing them. But I guess let's explore that a little bit. How many do you need to do? How often should you be doing it? That's a question that a lot of people ask. There's no real magic answer to that. So it really depends on how fast you want to grow your business, what kind of momentum that you're looking for, what your knowledge level is, I guess, as to what you can talk about. But it really depends on your own goals and how fast or slow you want to grow your business. So if you want to gain more momentum and you want to speed up the process and you want to build relationships with people, through the internet with the cold market, then you might want to be doing them more often than not. So there's no magic number. So people often say to me, well, how many should I do? Should I do 1? Should I do 2? Should I do 3? Should I do 5? It really depends on you, your business, your audience, what value you're delivering, how fast you want to build your business. But I guess a bit of a tip is if you want to build momentum faster and you want to build relationships with people and connect with people in the cold market on social media, you might want to be doing more than perhaps 1 a week. Okay, so a few a week is better than, 1 a week. But honestly, guys, there's no magic number, okay? Number 2, if I'm just looking down, I'm just checking my notes. Number 2 is, I've really seen the power of this for myself in the last couple of weeks, is the description that you put at the top of your Facebook Live. This is more powerful than you may realize. So we need to do our live videos really for the replay viewer, because most people won't catch you live. Even if you've got it scheduled in advance, you're letting people know when you're going live. We're dealing with the internet. People are in all sorts of time zones. Like, I'm Australia. I'm not going to tell you what time of the morning it is here in Australia, but people are listening at all times of day and night. Not everybody's going to catch you live. So it's mainly the replay viewer that is going to be watching. So you need to give them a good reason to press that play button. So what is your description in your video? Now, I've been testing and trialing. Thank you for putting down the summary there, Paul. I've been, hey Terry, how are you? I've been testing headlines in the last couple of weeks for myself in my own business, and I am astounded at what difference it makes. So I've had triple the amount of views on some of my Facebook Lives just because of the heading that I've put at the top. And what the difference has mainly been has been quite cryptic, even a little bit controversial. So leading to something, but then you're leaving people with, oh, what is it? So you leave them hanging in your headline, or something just slightly controversial that people are like, oh, what's she talking about? Massive difference in my views, and the more views you get, the more interaction and engagement you'll get. So the number 2 tip is really pay attention to the description and the headline you're putting in your Facebook Live, because you're mainly doing your live for the replay viewer. And as I said, you need to give them a reason to press the play button. If it's a boring headline, social media is busy. Everybody's leading busy lives. So why would they press play unless you've given them some kind of intrigue or interest to press the play button? So the headline is more important than what you probably realize. Number 3, what's your energy like on your Facebook Lives? You can say anything negative with a smile. So have a look at your Facebook Lives if you're doing them, or if you're going to start to do them, and bring some energy to your lives. If you look at your Facebook Live, excuse me, and think, oh, I'm pretty boring. If you think you're boring, what's everybody else going to think? So if you're going to go to the trouble of pushing a button and putting yourself out there in the big wide world of social media and going live, bring some energy to your live, because energy breeds energy. Happiness brings happiness. A smile brings a smile. Have you ever experienced that before, when you don't even know somebody, you're walking down the street and they smile at you, and you're more than likely to smile back? Do you agree with me? If you agree with me, put the word agree down below. You can say anything with a smile. So your smile and your energy will make a massive difference to people staying on your live. So if you're doing lives because you know it's an important part of your business, but you're just going through the motion of going live. Yeah, I know I should go live 3 times a week. And so, okay, I'll talk about that and whatever. Hi, it's Helen Martin here, and I'm going to talk about 10 ninja tips to, increase engagement on your Facebook Lives today. And this could make a really big, massive difference in your business, blah, 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 blah. So if I'm monotone and I'm a little bit boring, what's it going to be like for the viewer? So if you're going to go to the trouble of going live, at least smile. There's so many lives that I look at from students in the EMP community, and they're literally just going through the motions. So when you smile, other people smile with you, do they not? So bring some energy and smile with your audience. Even if it's a serious topic, you can still say it with a smile. Or you're delivering your content, but then smile at the end of it. Or say, was that helpful? Just anything with a smile. It's the smallest things that can actually make a big difference to somebody staying tuned into you or tuning out. Bart, I'm so boring. Oh, you are not, Bart. Just remember, a smile, it takes nothing to smile. You might think, I'm not an energetic person. I don't have an outgoing personality. I'm not vivacious. And all these things are running through your head right now going, that's not me. I don't walk around the streets with a vivacious personality. But when I go live, it comes natural to me, and I love going live. But I'm always smiling. I can't help myself. But hopefully, one of the reasons why a lot of people turn up on my lives is because I've got interesting things to talk about and valuable content to give, but I always bring energy on my lives as well. So it's really important to do that. So where am I? Number 4, what's the length of your videos? So the biggest tip I would give you here is, how well known are you at this point in time? If you're new to building your business online, you're new to going live, people are not used to you yet. If you've got a likes campaign going on a business page, like that kind of thing, and you're going to the cold audience, people are still trying to work you out. They're still working out that know, like, and trust factor. So it's unlikely that they're going to stick around with you for 20 minutes to half an hour. Now, you might have awesome content, but it's not advisable to have really long Facebook Lives at the beginning of your journey. So I would advise that you keep them relatively short to start with, really engaging, happy, good content, punchy information, but keep them relatively short. So it's easy for people to watch you, they get good information, and they'll want to come back for more. As you get engagement, as you get viewers and followers, you're naturally going to lengthen the time of your videos, because people are going to comment in and you're going to comment back. And you'll end up having conversations on your Facebook Lives. That'll warm up the Facebook algorithm, and that'll organically send out to more people, and that'll be awesome for you and your business. But it's unlikely that you're going to start that way. So we want to encourage engagement. So we don't want to be talking too long at the very start of our journey. Okay? Where am I? Number 5. Visually, how are you appearing on your lives? Now, visually, I don't mean you have to look perfect, you have to have a suit on or anything like that. I'm talking about, how are you appearing on screen? So I do see a lot of people with Facebook Lives that they're down here looking up, or they're here looking down, or they're over here, or they're over here, or, you just want to be center of screen, guys. It's as simple as that. Just position your video at eye level, and then it's easier for your viewer to look at you at eye level. Rather than, if you're visually, really off kilter, it's really distracting to the eye. You don't want to distract anything from the information that you're actually giving. So just on center, so this is your visuals, and I still catch myself. Try to look at the dot, guys. Look at the camera. So I'm looking at the camera now, which majority of the time I do, but it's very easy to do. We tune back to ourselves. But you would be looking at me now, not looking at you, correct? So when I go back and look at the circle, I look at the little dot, I'm looking at the camera, and now I'm looking at you. So you can see the difference as to sort of where I'm looking. Just lighting, things like that. These are just little things, but they can make a difference to people staying with you or not. If you've got things that are a little bit off with your live. So things like lighting, you should always have lighting in front of you. And if you're outside, make sure that the sun is in front of you, not behind you, because otherwise it's going to be really light here and your face is going to be really dark. It's not the end of the world if your lighting is not perfect. Please don't think that you have to have lighting and sound and setup and a backdrop and all of that to be amazing. Just go live. Guys, just go live. Get your face on camera and start letting people get to see you, get to know you, get to know, like, and trust you. Get to know your personality, that you care, that you're authentic, that you're genuine, that you've got good value. Just go live. These are extra ninja tips that I'm giving you to help you really rock your Facebook Live. So please realize the difference. Don't wait for everything to be perfect before you go live. Just go live, okay? So don't stress about all these things if they're not 100%. They're just extra tips for you to improve your lives, to rock them. Are you with me there? If you understand the difference, just send me some likes and loves there, because I don't want you to stress about all this stuff and go, oh, my lighting's not perfect, my sound's not perfect, I can't go live. Yes, you can. Just go live. These are things to help you improve the quality, of your lives. So number 6, we're getting through them. Just sound. People can put up with visual disturbances more than they can put up with sound issues. So if people can't hear you, they will turn off. One of the biggest things that I see with Facebook Lives outside is people are not wearing earphones. So I watched a live the other day where somebody was outside and they obviously didn't realize just a little bit of wind outside will totally interrupt the sound of your live. If you've got earphones in, and make sure the earphones have got a little little speaker in them. Like the older earphones don't have the little microphone in them, so that's not going to help you. So make sure your earphones have got the little microphone in them. But when you're outdoors, always use that if there's any kind of wind. And I switched off, I couldn't hear them at all. So wasted Facebook Live, because I think it was a 10-15 minute Facebook Live. I liked the heading and the title, but I couldn't hear a word of what they were saying because the wind. So when you're outside, try to have the sun, in front of you, not behind you, and use earphones. So just, the number 6 tip is really about the sound. Number 7. Number 7 is really, as I said, these are in no particular order, but number 7 is probably up there with the description, is your content. So this is a real ninja tip for your Facebook Lives. What are you actually talking about? And I could talk a whole Facebook Live just on content, which I won't do, but it's really, really important that you're giving valuable information. Are you just going through the motions because you know you need to do Facebook Lives? Like, have you really thought about the content that you're delivering, and are you connecting with your target market? Are you really actually bringing value? Have you really got a connection with who your audience is and the value that you're bringing them? Most people, when I discuss this with them, they're losing that connection. They don't really have a feel for what their audience wants or what they're delivering, and don't really, I shouldn't say care, but haven't really put a lot of thought into what they're actually talking about on their lives. So however you've branded yourself online, make sure you're talking about that 80% of the time. So if you've branded yourself one way on Facebook and you're talking about personal development 95% of the time, it's not congruent with how you've branded yourself. So content is key. Content is king. So it's very, very important that you bring great content, and content is all around you. If you're sitting there going, I don't know what to talk about, that's where I get stuck. I lack of content. Guys, there's content all around you, particularly within the Elite Marketing Pro community. You've got Daily Dose of Awesomes to draw inspiration from 5 days a week. You've got blog posts that you can read and turn into a Facebook Live. If you're part of the EMP community, you've got a whole back office worth of training that you can draw from. There are other people online that are doing exactly what you are doing, that you can go and watch their Facebook Lives, write some bullet points, and deliver it with your own message behind it. Guys, there's content all around you. Okay, let's keep moving so I can finish this. And number 8 is dual lives. Do something different on live. If you think you lack authenticity or credibility, or you haven't had a lot of success yet in your business, Bring other people online that have. Bring somebody on that's had success online and get them to share their information with your audience. Dual lives are really easy to do. Yeah, there's a little couple of technical steps to bring somebody on live. There's different technical steps if you bring them on live on a business page, but they're just technical steps. It's just a learnt skill. But reach out to people that are more successful than you and bring them on a dual live. That's really interesting and very valuable to your audience, okay? Number 9. Oh, please be you. I didn't do this in the beginning. I come from corporate. I was a general manager. I used to wear suits every day and lobby politicians and all that kind of stuff. That's who I brought to the lives when I first started. I was spending, I think, about 2 hours preparing for like a 10-minute Facebook Live. I'd write all my notes out. I'd try to memorize my notes because I thought notes was a bad thing on a live. Then I'd try to deliver the notes without the live, and then I'm talking like I'm really sort of cardboard box, you know, all that kind of stuff. It just didn't work, guys. When I let the guard down, when I let Helen come into my lives, then that's when I started to get more interaction and engagement with people. So please don't try to be somebody you're not. Don't push the live button and turn into somebody who's different or think you need to be perfect. Be you. Talk to your best friend through the live. Talk to just however you would talk to somebody else casually on your live. The more authentic and genuine and real you are, don't use excuses like the kids are home, they're running around in the background. Great, let them scream and run around in the background. It makes you more real. If you stuff up your words, if it doesn't go according to plan, laugh about it. You get a technical problem, laugh about it. It makes you more real when things aren't perfect. So when we try to be perfect and we try, like I was trying to be the same corporate person I was on live, and it didn't work. When you let the guard down and you're genuinely, authentically the person that you are, and people get to know who you are, like let people know who you are, what your interests are. I was really guarded with my family and my children. It's like, oh, I can't put them on live, or oh, I can't have any photographs of my family online. That's a business page. That's too personal. Like, get over it, guys. It's the internet. The more you flow with it, let people into your life, be naturally, authentically you, you're going to get more connections, engagement, interaction, and views on your lives. Okay? And the last one, you have fun. You do things like this. It's on screen. I've got to do this without my phone falling over. You go, sorry, excuse my fingers, but you do things like this. You say, hi, you draw on the screen. You, oops, now I've got to go back. Did you know you can change the lighting on your phone, guys? If you've got a lack of lighting, look at that. Play around with everything that is at your fingertips, on filters. There is so much that you can play with on Facebook Live to be fun. You can write on the screen, you can have funny ears if you want to, but if you, guys, if you're not having fun on your Facebook Live, then you're missing a huge component of being authentically, genuinely you and people connecting with you. Okay, so number 10, have fun with it. Don't take it so seriously. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself to be perfect on Facebook Live. Okay, it's the most fabulous tool that you can have to let people get to know you. When people get to know, like, and trust you, they fall in love with you, and then you make a recommendation for them to buy something, and voila, they've bought something from you, or they've sent you a message. So you've put out a call to action for them to do something, and they're more than happy to message you, or put the word down below that you've asked for with a call to action, like, put more info down below or whatever it is. So have fun with it, guys. Okay, I've talked for long enough. Did you find those 10 ninja tips helpful? As I said before, don't strive for perfection on Facebook Live. Just do it. Just get it done. Just be you. Push the button. But take a bit of care into your title and your content. And then, as you master a bit and you get a little bit more comfortable, then look at all these other things like lighting and sound and filters and drawing on the screen. And it just makes you a little bit more interesting than somebody that's not doing that kind of stuff. So I really hope that those 10 tips are useful. So even if you just got one out of those 10, then that would be awesome. So thank you for being here live with me. It's always a privilege to be here live with you on the Daily Dose of Awesome. So I look forward to seeing you on my next edition of the Daily Dose of Awesome. Catch you next time. Bye.